So, welcome to another episode of Rolls to Die For on the 10th of April. Woo! Yeah, everyone looks so happy. I should probably check. Darcy, do you have your notebook?
Yeah.
Every time I ask now. Okay, we're going to do what we started doing, is I'm going to ask you a question related to last time. And whoever answers it will get inspiration. That will last for this one episode. And you need to raise your hand before you answer. We're not doing shouting out. You raise your hand, and whoever I see do it first, I will call on them. And then I'll do a very brief recap. So the question is, what was the name of the Fae riding the Displacer Beast last time? Okay, Ren's the only person who hands up.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Netzy.
Netzy, it is. Very good. Roll,
And the beast was called Monty. If
the
you wanted
beast
a bit
was
of a
called
bonus.
Monty.
Bam!
Yeah, you have inspiration for this episode. Congratulations.
And his friend was called Castio.
Yes!
Thank you. Thank you.
Fun bit of trivia, they were both meant to be women, but because I was really flustered with the, things being changed last time, I accidentally said the wrong gender for both of them because I wasn't thinking. And I was just reading the wrong bit of my notes. So, lore update for you. So yes, last time you woke up on the floor of the Feywild, finding yourself basically in the middle of a quite picturesque, forest oasis kind of thing. Nature everywhere, massive trees, huge ferns and everything. Ren was able to tap into his Fey, resonance he's got, and was able to find what you're going to find out is called a fairy path through the forest. While doing this talk, Eritrea was being quite curt, and a little bit standoffish with Leah, but okay with Ren. Then you accidentally walked into a carnivorous plant, as you would have found out. But after far too many good rolls, which was really annoying because I was trying to make you feel in danger, you got out of it fine. You just teleported or walked around, or rather good use of a firework by Eritrea as well. Then you came across two fleeing figures who ran straight past you, one of which caught sight of you and urged you both to run as something big was coming. Two of you obeyed the very obvious command, and one of you did not, leading to a very brief splitting of the party. The two who obeyed ran on with the two paladins, and you came to know that they weren't really forthcoming with information, and on the way back you were caught by one of the things that was chasing. Leah, however, noticed the beasts that were changing, which was a six-legged horse and a displacer beast, each ridden by a high fae. The two paladins ran off, but you were caught by Netzy, as you said, on the displacer beast Monty, and brought to a castle on the fae castle, the High Court. On the way, he explained a bit where you were, which was a reservation, and the fact that two paladins were essentially on permanent, infinite trial until they passed. And they haven't passed for a very, very long time. You saw them commit some treachery on one another, leading to one of them dying, one of them running off into the forest to fail their trial again later. But you were brought by Netzy and Castior to the walls of the Fey Castle, this huge, genuinely titanic castle, made of what appears to be of white stone and beautifully custom-grown vegetation such as plants, and you see roots and stems holding up every wall in a beautiful white and gold castle sitting high on a cliff, surrounded by this dense, multicoloured forest. Down the cliff is a huge valley where you can see several different coloured towns. I think you see about 11 towns there, of all of which seem to have their own unique colour coding. I wonder what that's going to be about. Netzi and Castior said that they will not be entering the court with you, but that you would, if you head in, you will be dealt with in a polite way. It wasn't a ominous you'll be dealt with. And that is where we're going to be picking up. You have just waved goodbye to Monty, and they have teleported off, and I'm going to be bringing us into the sea where you've just stepped through these huge vine-covered gates. They were open, leading inwards to this, like, complete... You see the castle a little way off, but before you are just stretching grounds of beautifully manicured fields. You see there's even a river running through these like lawns, probably more than like palace lawns. There's beautifully manicured gardens of flowers of every different variety, and you are gently assaulted by beautiful floral smells. You are now standing on this pathway that leads onwards quite a while. Like, you're a fair way away from the castle at this point. You've probably got to cross what looks like maybe half a mile of fields and lawns before you reach some great stairs leading up to a very obvious entrance into the castle. There's a few smaller buildings, but they're a bit out of your way. If you are going to start walking up, you have some time to converse. If not, you can let me know. We are going to start with some initial thoughts, if anybody has some, and we're going to start with Ren.
Yeah, okay. So we're walking towards the castle at the moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I guess his initial thoughts are like a little bit intimidated about the game and how they're going to find like sponsors and stuff. Like it's like he's daunting it like he's done it before, but he hasn't. So it's like that weird like thing of like, like he has the worry about it because he's done it before, but he hasn't actually done it before. You get what I mean? It's like as a like, his brain's like, why does some of this feel familiar, but I've never done this before? That kind of style.
So that anxiety is really kind of building.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's probably where his mindset is at the moment.
Okay. Eritrea.
I'm kind of thinking like, wow, this is different. I've not seen anything like this before. Like, why am I here? What am I doing here? Kind of feel about a place.
Oh yeah, like you've been traveling for a few months now, like maybe 4 or 5 months, even before you reached Radus, like you were on the road with Ren. It's been a while, and this is the nicest place that you've been. You've been to some pretty hellish places, but also you know the deal with the Fae. While you are part Fae yourself, some stories you've heard in your youth, your very long youth as an elf, of course, and you know that although this place looks nice, it can just be as dangerous as everywhere else you've been. For the unwary, at least. And of everyone, you know how to deal with nobility, of course. Leah.
I don't think like Leah is in the best mood. They're probably quite anxious. They never saw a place like that, so they're obviously amazed, but really anxious of making a fool of themselves. They're really aware of the difference in our skills about charisma and of class. Really, they feel out of place. They feel like their clothes are not good enough. Plus, it's like one of the first time as a changeling out like this. They feel like something wrong or embarrassing is going to happen, so they're quite quiet.
Okay. So yeah, you're making your way up. There's that familiar crunch of beautifully like manicured but still loose gravel beneath your feet, as if you've been to any country castle in your life, which I know all of us have been. That crunch as you cross the grounds. And and you're looking up, and the twin suns are still beating down on you. It is really very warm in here, and you've lost the humidity of being within the trees. And then just as you're passing by, a shadow flits across you, high from above. And you see that swooping down towards you, silently, on great wings, and now landing before you, is what looks like an enormous owl. But as it lands before you, it shifts slightly, and you see that some of its size actually came from a great flowing robe, as an owlin, which is a humanoid owl person, for those who don't know, lands before you. Beautiful, tawny owl face, and the colours a mixture of whites and deep, luscious browns. They're wearing a very simple, long, white and gold kind of monk's garb, and they're carrying what looks like a staff, which has a very good likeness of their own face on it. And he lands before you for a second, gripping the staff in quite claw-like hands. And he walks over to you, the wings just fluttering as they settle behind him. He looks at you, and you see he's got some horn and spectacles on. He looks at you and goes, "Woo! Woo!" My apologies. Who are you? We were not prepared for, or we're not aware of additional guests today. Can I be of assistance?
This here is Ren. I'm Eritrea, and this is Leah.
And may I ask, what is your reason to be here?
That's on you.
So me and Leah are looking for something we've lost from our past that we believe are connected to the Feywild. So we came through a portal. We ended up in one of your trial areas. So Netzi guided us out and brought us here.
Ah, Netzi and Castior has picked up another few. They do this quite regularly. At least a couple of times a decade. If they have sent you, you seek extended stay here then. Seek whatever you will.
Yes, please.
Correct.
Wonderful. Please follow me. I will bring you to one of the outhouses where, I suppose you could say, our visitor centre is.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Okay, I know you were making a joke by the hoo-hoo, but was it bird folk? Because Leah speaks it.
It was
So they
not
could
bird folk, it was him stumbling on the word who, because he was an owl. But if you wish to try and make conversation in bird folk,
Leah would be too scared that it's racist and wouldn't dare to just assume they speak bird folk.
did you just assume my language barrier? Well, it's quite tall, maybe about 6.5 foot, and it just gestures towards one of the larger, quite circular buildings, a little way off, and he walks beside you, barely making a sound as he ponders across the gravel while you make quite noisy crunching. He says, I can't think of what he says, actually. Yeah, I don't know what I completely lost what he was going to say. He walks in silence unless any of you make conversation. It's only a 2-3 minute walk.
There's a who.
Haha, owl joke. I get that one.
Aha!
It's good.
I like him.
Yeah.
Did we
Thank you.
get this guy's name?
You did not. You did not ask. He did not say.
What's your name, fellow?
A dangerous question sometimes. But
Oh right, face stuff. You mean face stuff, right? That's what you mean.
all will be explained by the one you are going to meet. I am Falmor. Falmor Featherwing.
Falmor.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Feather swing?
Yes, for, I think, quite obvious reasons.
Of course, of course.
Perhaps where you came from, names cannot be quite so little, but they're a good descriptor. Who knows, perhaps you'll earn some yourself.
Oh yeah, of course. The whole court thing. It's probably lots of titles and
Oh,
stuff.
many. It's a badge of honor to have as many titles as possible. But again, all
I believe
will
so
be
too.
explained. He will gesture to you as you reach the front door, and it kind of leads you into quite a nice entrance hall. Everything's made of beautiful, like, woven roots. He says, "Please wait here while I fetch the mistress." I'm sure she will explain. He disappears for a second. Actually, before coming back quite quickly, he said, "She was waiting for you out the back. Good luck to you. I'm sure I will see you around, if you choose to stay." And he
Thank you very
disappears
much.
off. And if you... he will gesture with his arm, not his wing, because they're different appendages, through the house to the back, and you step out onto a beautiful, like, balcony, a kind of veranda, overlooking wonderful greens with ponds and flowers and all sorts. And sitting out there at kind of patio, like beautiful iron, beautiful dark wooden patio furniture, and standing up to look at you. "Oh, my stars, have a look at the three of you. Ah, this is most charming." As I'm going to say, buxom satyr heads towards you. She's wearing kind of a patchwork version of an old Victorian ball gown. You know, the ones with the skirt and the hoop that stretches out around the lower half. And she's wearing this beautiful, kind of like, almost like green flat cap. But she's very clearly a satyr. You see some curved horns which have poked through. You see some fur along her arms, and though you don't get much of a view of her legs, as she scuttles towards you, you get the clop clop of hooves as she walks. She's wearing this it's kind of a peach gown. But she clops over to you, full of excitement. Just go, "I heard we had new visitors. Ah, well, stand up, Anna. Pull yourselves up tall. Let's have a look at you. Oh, where to start? I think we shall start with you." And she will turn to Eritrea. "Oh, that hair is wonderful. The red is so in glorious fashion these days. Is it entirely natural, entirely your own?"
It is, yes, thank you for
Oh,
noticing.
marvellous.
And your dress, might I say, is... It's flawless.
Flattery will get you absolutely everywhere here, but thank you. I just threw this on, you know. Oh, so fine, so well threaded your hair. It is truly stunning. Really accents the ears. You have grace in your posture. It is glorious. You then turn to Ren. She will then turn to Ren and go, "Blue, not as in fashion, I'm afraid, but it's a bold statement. An affront to fashion is a fashion choice in itself. You have good posture. And you
Thank you,
certainly,
ma'am.
you certainly make a... I feel like you won't be sneaking up on anyone anytime soon, but you don't need to do that here, of course.
Of course.
Regal in the face, and I love the paint choice. Colour, be damned, but the design is beautiful.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, and then finally, who do we have here? She'll come forward and just like gently cup your chin slightly so you look up into her.
They flinch a little bit because usually the wands touch them because of their personas, but then they realize, oh, it's possible, so let her.
Ooh, cold, so cold. Ice on a summer's day. Completely refreshing. Oh, and that skeletal structure is glorious. As white as marble, and yet as sharp cheekbones as the chisel to carve it. Splendid. Please come along, have a seat, have a seat. She would gesture you to the other plateau of furniture, which is glorious with like puffs and cushions and stuff. Flat. Please sit down. She clops over to it. You three make a fascination. Quite rare at the moment, so please, I have said far too much. Yourselves. Come on, tell me everything,
I'm Ren. This is Eritrea and Leah. We are the Kindlers. No? Yeah, the Kindlers. It's been a while since we said that name. The Kindlers. We are the Kindlers, an adventuring party. We've come to the Feywild seeking answers.
Ah, adventurers, how gloriously quaint. Oh, you come seeking answers. But if you've been guided here, you've come seeking entrance and stay in the court.
I believe to find our answers, it's going to take some time. So, yeah.
Poor dear.
We tend to stay for a bit.
Must be so difficult, the things you've got to go through and do. Oh, yes, you don't have to raise your hand, dear. You can just speak out.
Darcy, I want to insight check her, if it's alright.
Go ahead.
18.
She seems entirely enamored with all of you. She is looking at you with fondness and kindness and excitement. You get a twitching in her ears of happiness, and she smiles every time she sees one of you going to speak.
Okay, I think I'll start to relax then.
Sorry, you look like you're going to say something. Leah, yes?
No, ma'am, no.
No, you walk into a Fey court and you have nothing? Come on, you must be intrigued.
I have a question.
Please,
actually.
thank you. Yes, an inquisitive mind is glorious.
So I'm a bard, and I'm just curious as to are there many musicians here? Like, what is the music like? I imagine it would be very fancy.
Oh, we have all sorts. I mean, trends do come and go, as you know, over the decades and the centuries. I will admit, the thrash metal phase was not to my favour, but it was popular among some, certainly. But yes, bards are common but much desired still, as everyone brings your own artistry, of course.
I look forward to meeting some.
The expression of your inner desires is one of the most sought-after gifts here.
What is your name? Sorry, I don't think we got that.
Myself, I am Mistress Ulestra Moonbell Mosskeeper.
What can we call you for short?
Uli, of course.
Ula.
Uli.
Uli. Okay.
Can I get the name again?
Mistress
Yeah.
Uli. I'm sorry, common is not my first language, so it will take me a while. Moonbell Mosskeeper.
Mosskeeper.
It's the name of the house, you see. It's the Mosskeeper. And I'm the Mosskeeper.
Very happy to meet you.
Fitting name for one of your
Uli.
statues.
Thank you. I will say one thing. You have said, what can I call you for short? I'm fine with that. That's not if you're going to stay in the castle, you need to
Get the names.
Get the
All
names, yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Or
full
at
of
least-
respect.
if you ask the Fae, the High Fae, who you will be interacting with, should you choose to stay, of course, will be the one to offer you a shorter name if you wish, if they wish. Knowing
thank you for the
Nesty,
information.
he's already talked to you about the game, as he calls it, frustratingly. Honestly, sometimes you can go 100 years without thinking out the game, and then it's just like that, and you've lost again.
Damn it!
I know,
I
it's
didn't get it on the first one, and you said it again, and I got it. Damn it! Oh! Forgot
But
about
yes.
all week.
Now, I should probably tell you what my job is. The reason you've been brought to me. Firstly, well, I need to ascertain what you wanted to do. You perhaps, if you fell here, if you wanted to go back immediately to wherever it is you came from, we would need to make arrangements for that. But if you wanted to stay, then it is also my job to prepare you for some of the difficulties. It's my job as the visitor centre, as they sometimes call it.
Aptly named.
I will say, if you three wish to stay, you all look, well, just on the face of you, which is one of the hardest bits to start with, you all look like you would fit in wonderfully.
Well, why, thank you. Yes, we would require to stay for at least a short while. We got some things that we need to figure out.
So you are requesting entrance and stay?
Yes.
Yes. That's important. You need to do things formally here.
Oh, yes, sorry. We, the Kindlers, humbly request for us to enter the castle and stay.
And that's the same for all three of you, including the other two of you as well?
Yes, the same humble request.
Ah,
Yeah.
the strong yet silent type. It's fine. Watching is absolutely fine, and perceiving is very important. Well, as I said, we are not forcing you to. You will be free to leave at any time. But if you're going to stay, you're going to have to obey the rules. Now, I don't know what interaction you've had in your own times about the rules of your own courts, of the nobility that you've been through, but things work a little bit more definitively here. Have you had experience with the almighty and noble before?
No.
No.
Never. I mean, not here. But well,
What
you
do
could say
you
that.
say?
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not here anyway.
Have we been in trouble before?
Anyway, sorry, we must have some refreshments, please. And just coming out of the house, it seems invisibly floating, it seems like, is a beautiful silver tray. On it there's 4 beautiful china mugs, a beautiful teapot, and a small selection of cakes and sandwiches. It's rested before you. Yes, I really should be describing how the rules are going to work around here. Unfortunately, go on.
I'm already digging in, that's all I was going to say. I've gone and grabbed my cup of tea and I've eaten a sandwich.
I follow suit and I'm like shoulder bumping red like food.
It's been hours. We were in a forest just now, okay? This
Right?
is nicely put.
Look at the teacups.
It seems fine. It's actually
Lovely
very,
teacups.
very good.
She will lean forward and pour it for you.
Oh,
Or pour out 4 cups. Nothing
thank
for
you very
yourself?
much.
Leah?
Yeah, I'll take one. Thank you.
Okay. It's very good job that we are going to be explaining the rules, because you've just broken many of them.
Huh?
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
So,
Please and thank you.
I will explain. The first thing is, Eritrea, you immediately, when I asked if you had any dealings with the Fae, you immediately said never. That was quite clearly a lie. It's fine, you didn't know the rules. There is no lying here. This is important. The High Fae cannot lie. They do not have the ability to do so. And as guests, you shall be following the same rules.
So you gotta, like, if you, for the game, you gotta kind of dance around the truth instead of, lying. It's like that kind of style, right?
I would advise just telling the truth. If you wish to try and dance around, you may. But if you get caught, then word travels quickly. And, of course, you'll be dealing with people who have been dancing around, as you say, for millennia.
Right, I get you.
They are good
Tell
at
the truth.
spotting evasion.
It's cool. I'm not very good at lying anyway, so I'll just stick to the truth.
And if you're going to make connected to that, if you make a promise, you must stick to it. Because if you make a claim and then go back on it later, that is lying itself. Breaking a false heart is equivalent here. Very, very poorly looked down upon. And I would assume, it would be easiest for you all to assume, that if one person knows you've done such a thing, everybody does.
Okay.
And one I'm sure that you would never even dream of breaking yourselves. Don't harm anyone within the grounds. Now, you are going to find that you may be questioning the definition of harm, but it is easiest if you guys go for the most literal interpretation in your own tongue.
So self-defense is okay, but harm... If you harm too much with your self-defense, that's too far?
Judgment
Right.
is everything.
Don't headbutt anyone. Okay.
Oh,
I got you.
no. Surely you would not do such a thing.
I have once in a slightly angry moment.
Those are the most significant rules. However, there is certainly more, which is less to do with the court and more to do with the Fae themselves. And these are some of the rules which you have already broken. Number 1, do not eat any food or drink unless explicitly invited.
Oh, you said refreshments, but you didn't say dig in yet. We had to wait until you said dig in, right?
I poured the drinks, and yet I did not offer them.
Okay. Just don't think with your belly. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'll
Fine.
be getting into the repercussions of that once I've explained the rest of them. And I see not many of you are writing this down. If you have a notebook, I would describe it. Wonderful. As with all things connected to the do not lie, you should choose all your words carefully. You may find yourself lying by omission or lying accidentally. Now, there is one rule that is bent here, specifically in this court. Now, most of these courts, if you ever find yourself lucky enough to visiting multiple Fae courts, it will be different there. But because we accept so many visitors, as you will meet many during your time here, usually you should not ever give your full name, because names do in fact have power. If you've ever seen a contract, you've just by saying, hello, my name is Ren, as you said, I wish to help find something, you've essentially signed your name on a blank contract.
Oh, yeah, okay.
However, we accept so many visitors, then we have been... That rule is off to one side slightly. So, give your full name, that is absolutely fine. If somebody asks for your name, you don't know how literally they are asking for it.
So, like, my name is just Ren, so do I have to shorten it to, like, R or Re?
No, you may give Ren, but if somebody asks for your name, you may end up without a name.
Oh, the wording, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
May I
get
have
you now,
your
sorry.
name? Yes, is you giving them your name.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Got it. Got it.
Should you ever fall into debt, this is social debt, I'm sure you won't be gambling all that much. Such thing is frowned on here. Pay it back quickly and concisely, but never give more than what you owe. Because that is linked to the next rule about gifts. Now, Eritrea, you may have tried to hide it, but you said you have not been in contact with nobility. But you will have seen, as I'm sure, that gifts between nobles are part and parcel of diplomacy.
I have, yes.
You may be forced to accept a gift here, but you should get rid of it as quickly as you can.
And where is that?
It's going into debts. If you hold on to a debt for too long, someone may call it in a way you do not find desirable, and yet you find yourself compelled to. Yes, Leah, that is a very common reaction we get.
Sorry,
So-
I don't really control my face. I actually have so many questions.
There's just a couple more.
Technically, a gift is more of like a bribe, because you give a gift to someone, then they have to do a task for you to make it so that the gift is worth it. Is that what I'm getting?
If you hold on to the gift for too long, yes, you may be forced to accept a gift. Otherwise, it might be a social faux pas to turn it down publicly. But then you should dispose of it very quickly.
Right. Dispose gift. Okay.
When you say dispose, is to offer it to someone else or destroy it?
Destroying is the best way. Because if you give it to somebody else as a gift, that means you claimed it as your possession to give away. Which means you have incurred that debt.
And the person who offered us the gift shouldn't know that we destroy it, because then it will break a rule and hurt their feeling, or they can know.
It's not about feelings, it's about control. They should not know that you've got rid of it.
Okay.
But then if they come to call anything in, they will not be able to, because you do not owe them anything.
Okay.
Okay.
I know these are long, but if you just live a good life here, then such things will be not a bother to you. There's only a couple more. Well, one of them I think we can probably skip over. If you ever to provide clothing to a fae, don't give really cheap knockoff clothing. I'm not even sure why that one's on there, but apparently it's one of the rules we have that I need to describe. But they are also nobility, so you wouldn't give one of your own. Do you have kings where you're from? Kings and queens?
Yes.
You wouldn't give them a shitty gift, would you?
No.
So if you're going to give a gift, made it a good gift. But if you're going to take a gift, don't take it. Looking at you, none of you have children, do you?
No.
My loot is my baby.
And finally, this is more if you step out into the wilds again. If you ever come across a fairy ring, don't step into it. A fairy ring. These are sites of imbued power. A ritual has been performed there, and by stepping into it, you would disrupt it. That was not even a social faux pas, that's just bad for your health. Right. Before I ask for the questions you said you have, all three of you technically have broken a rule. You have lied, or you ate food. Leah, you did. You said you went to eat something, didn't you? Eat or drink something.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't yet?
This would have happened, but she would have waited for you to do it before this entire speech started.
If you want, but I think Leah is too scared to eat their food and drink their drinks.
Oh, so you just took it on you. So, okay, well.
They were just sniffing.
Two of you have, and Leah, you, just by the skin of your startlingly pointy teeth. Don't worry, dear. I'll explain more later. There's so much to explain. Because you've broken the rules, things work a little differently here. I think I would explain. Technically, Ren and Eritrea, right now, you are in debt to me. You have broken the rules as pertaining to myself. And so, I asked for a gift. Both of you feel suddenly a strong, I guess, generous urge where you wish to give an item in your possession. You can either fight it or not. Ren,
I'm thinking. Give me a second. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything that they want.
that's not the question. The question was, do you fight it or do you not?
I don't know what happens if I fight it, because like there's gonna be a punishment if I fight it.
So you both just go with it, yes?
Eritrea doesn't want to risk breaking any more rules, so probably would just go with it.
Yeah, I don't want to get kicked out before we've even started. So
Okay.
yeah.
Eritrea, I know that there are 10 items on your inventory sheet. Please roll a d10. Ren, how many items are in your inventory right now? You didn't send me the list.
Yeah, I did. I sent it to you in the private chat.
Oh yeah, there it is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Are my scrolls counted as separate ones?
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, yes. Please roll a d20.
Those bottom ones should, like, that needs to be split with the party.
Roll the
That's not in
d20.
Oh, it's not even in my possession. It's in Leah's.
Got an 8.
It's in the vault.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th item on your list as you sent it to me, Tash. You sent me 7, and the ones we added is your spare loot,
Ah. Okay.
which was the normal one that you started the adventure with, not the fancy one.
Yeah.
Ren, what did you roll? A 3, which on the list that you've sent me is 1. Oh, thankfully, it's your spare chainmail armor.
Oh, okay.
Both of you, because you do not fight it, have to go and provide these items to her.
This is the armor I started our adventure in.
Yes.
Okay.
You say it's in
I
the vault, right?
Yeah. Hey, Leah, can I get into the vault for a second? I gotta grab
Sure.
something.
I'll open it for you.
Me too, actually.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll step in.
You have to get it individually. Like, Eritrea, it's suddenly like, you sit up very suddenly, and then the second the portal is opened, you both step up, almost against your will, but you have a strong drive to do this. You go and get the items.
This is very precious. This is the first instrument that I ever owned, and aided me on my journey in becoming a bard.
Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, I shall treasure this most greatly. She places it down next to her. Oh, Ren, what have you got there?
This is the chainmail I had when I started my adventure.
Are these the symbols of Sune I see on the palm of them as well?
They are. I got them when I first became a paladin. Sune.
You are most generous, thank you. She'll take them both and place them down. And you both sit down, and suddenly you feel like you're back to your senses.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, we're not breaking any more rules, okay? That was weird.
Yeah,
I did not like that one.
Right. My loot.
You will find...
It wasn't mine to give.
You will find that when someone... That social influence is a very literal influence here. Had I asked for something, for you to do something, you probably would have had an urge to do that as well, depending on the severity of the issue and the size of the debt you have incurred.
Understood.
Place is dangerous.
Yes. As I said, for the unwary only. If you abide by the rules, this is, for many of you, a complete paradise.
Politician types are going to be very good here. Okay.
Many
Sounds good.
visitors we have spend the majority of their lives here. And they are cherished members. Truly, family. More than so. Bound by not oaths, but through duty to the court. Should they wish to bind themselves, of course. Having seen all this, do you still wish to stay?
Yes, I do.
I think so. It's not a lie. I am sure.
Okay.
Not for
Ca-
me, but for my friends.
Is it question time now?
Yes, I'm sorry. Please do. Go ahead.
Okay, can we go back on the name thing, please? The fact that my name is only Leah. So what do I do if someone asks? I should never say yes. Is what you said? Can you be more clear?
Yes, if someone asks, may I have your name? Never
Yep.
say yes. You may say, my name is Leah,
I understand.
but never
Um,
agree to give someone your name.
Is it safe to eat all of your food and drinks?
Yes,
Is it
I
okay?
invite you all to enjoy the food in front of us.
Thank you.
Okay. When
So
you
I'm
say
only eating the bit that's right in front of me, right?
This entire meal, everything that I offer you within this house or out of this house or anything here, you may eat.
I thank you for your kindness, Mistress Uli.
Thank
And I'm
you.
going to
Lee.
go and eat a sandwich.
Did I not mention this one? I think that one might be on me. Never say thank you. That counts as agreeing to a debt, accepting a gift.
What do we say then?
Sometimes nothing, sometimes just compliment whatever it is, but never say
Compliment
thank
it.
you.
Ah, that's a good way around it.
What lovely food it is. Ha 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 ha.
What a lovely
What a-
loot.
Yes.
Don't say thank you. Okay.
can we say please?
It's not advisable.
Okay.
If you do, you may in fact find yourself asking. The High Fae, these rules are binding to all of them. You will in fact encounter servants or other visitors such as yourself. The rules do not apply to them. The social rules do, in that don't be violent. But the compelling of being kept to these rules applies to your conversations with the other Fae. The High Fae. I really should explain how the castle works. I'm sorry, this has been ups and downs. This castle, do you know anything about this specifically? The castle is the court of the High Mother, or the Mother of Thorns, or the Queen, or Her Majesty. Whichever. The court itself is made up of very many High Fae. You will spot them quite clearly. They are all elven of some kind. Typically, compared to yourselves, tall, elegant, often you'll spot them a mile off. Then they have, if you choose to stay in the castle, their sponsors, which we will get to what you need to do soon. if you wish to stay. They are essentially visitors such as yourself who have caught the eye of the High Fae. So the High Fae offer them residency in return for... It's not a contract, but in terms of a duty during their time.
Duty to do what?
Whatever your particular sponsor wishes for you, really. Some wish for conversation. Some wish for agents within the court. Some wish for a more amorous relationship. It's different depending on whoever you end up with.
Do they usually state what they want before we agree that they become our sponsor? Or they say it after?
They
Can you
become...
be tricked and trapped into something you don't want to do?
You should find a sponsor that you feel reflects, could offer you what you want.
Right.
They are not obliged to tell you everything they want you for, but there's no point having a sponsoree. But for each of the Fae, they're only allowed one sponsor each. So there's no point having a useless sponsoree who doesn't want to do the things you want to. And because it's not a contract, you are duty-bound, but not obligated.
Okay.
I wouldn't sign up with somebody who you felt would want you to do things you weren't comfortable with. And they would not want someone to sign up who's not willing to do what they want anyway.
Okay. I always have more questions, so please do continue. No, I say please don't make me give you stuff.
It's fine.
I don't have much.
Breaking any of the rules incurs a heavy social penalty. Break too many, and you may well be expelled from the court. And those in such disastrous disfavour could find themselves at the mercy of the merciless. Nobility can be wonderful, but when you find yourselves so heavily misaligned that you've become true enemies, they can be as vicious as anybody else. And they are determined and long-lived. Anyway, you have chosen to stay,
Indeed.
so you need to know what happens next. You are in somewhat luck. There is, in fact, an expedition returning today. So on the lower level of the castle, which is what is open to visitors upon first entrance, there are more Fae than usual. They are waiting for the return. Which means there'll be plenty of people around for you to get to know, to discuss, and to appraise if you wish to be sponsored by them, and to impress them to see if they want to sponsor you. It is a good job that there is a lot of them around today, because you have... We don't really have days here. You have what I guess would be about one day for yourselves before you will be deemed possibly unsponsorable and asked to leave.
No pressure then.
For your own safety, if you are not sponsored, there's no way for you to sleep. And if you just wish to sleep in doorways or hang around, then concerns for your safety become an issue. You'll be asked to head down to the towns below in the valley, which I have heard are wonderful. Well looked after by the children of the mother, but not as nice as up here.
Understood.
So, do you have any questions for me about this before I let you loot? Already? I like the nodding. Okay.
Yes, I do. when you talk about harming people, do you mean only physically or also verbally? Because I tend sometimes to say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I'm afraid to hurt people.
It is mainly for physical harm.
Okay.
I
When
would
you mean
I would suggest that uncouth outbursts will affect your reputation within the court. And if people hear about you negatively before they even meet you, it's difficult to pull yourself out of such a hole.
okay,
So please go on.
when you mean promises, do you mean only when we say I promise, when we are really clear, or just yeah, let's meet for coffee one day? Is that a promise?
No, that's a scheduled meeting. A promise is oh yes, I will do this for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to say the words. It's if you say that you'll do something, you're promising that you're doing it.
Yes.
Understood.
If both yourself and the other person are under the impression that you have made a commitment to do something,
How we feel about saying sorry?
I believe that sorry, judging by this conversation, sorry may be a very important word for you.
Okay.
The
good,
three
good,
of you, not
good.
you specifically. You are allowed to apologise, of course.
Okay, I'm sure I will come with some more questions, but you won't necessarily be there to answer them.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
If so, say like if I walk up to a high fae and promise to do something, if I go and then do that promise, is that high fae indebted to me?
It entirely depends upon the agreement that you have between yourself and the High Fae. If you just go up and say, I will go and get you a lovely coffee.
So if they ask and I say that I will, and then I do, they owe me.
Yes. However, the strength of that bond is definitely proportional to the strength of the act. If you get someone goes and get you a coffee, if you go and get
I'm
someone a
not on about
coffee, they're not
coffee.
going to go and kill you. Kill for you, even.
Not the coffee thing. That gives me. I will definitely be paying attention to see what people say. That's very interesting. Thank you.
And it's the same if we offer something to someone, they will be in debt with us, even though we are not high fae.
The High Fae will act along with the High Fae rules. If you offer something to another sponsor, then they are socially indebted, but because they are not High Fae, they are not as contractually bound. But if they publicly dishonour their promise, then their reputation will be severely impacted.
Okay.
Would... She would like to do an insight on you, Leah.
Oh dear.
And in fact on you as well, Ren, for the things you've just said. She wants to know whether you are asking because you wish to try and get people in your debt deliberately.
Oh, right. You may ask, I will roll what I'm going to roll, and if you beat me, I'll tell you what I rolled.
Oh.
Okay, Ren, directly, she rolled a 32. Ren.
Mine is persuasion, because if I get caught, what Ren's thinking is, he's a very generous person, so if someone asks him to do something, he probably would end up doing that thing for someone, and he just wants to see if he'll actually get something for it, because that's the way he normally is. He knows that this might be one rule that he ends up having to do, so that he's just making sure that if his normal tendencies go the way they normally do, if he's going to at least get something for it. So it's more cautious. It just came off menacing.
Leah.
Did you say you roll a 32?
For Ren, against you, it was only a 27.
Oh no, because I rolled a nat 20 plus 4.
I mean, nat
it's
20,
okay.
I think I've got to say yeah. Like, I'll give it to you.
I didn't plan to lie anyway. I think she's clever enough to understand that this person is completely terrified. So they are trying to understand the rules as much as they can and to see if there's any break in them, just in case they are in danger, like only to protect themselves, not to be mean.
Yours okay. In that case, to Ren, she will say, "You are not the first to consider the debts that you may get other people to owe you. Imagine this social debt similar to a currency. But every time someone owes you, they pay you a little bit of money. The High Fae are rich. They can incur an awful lot of debt, but not infinite debt, before their wealth diminishes. So they can owe somebody a lot before their social credit is due. It is not impossible. We have, much to our chagrin, had expulsions of High Fae themselves, whose debts soared magnificently. Or maleficently. Because obviously it's not a good thing. Yes.
Oh, of course, yes.
It does bring shame upon the court whenever that happens, but I would be telling an untruth, which I do not try not to do, if I said it was impossible.
Is there ever any way for those people to get back into the court?
No.
The ones that get expelled?
Anybody would be out for life their social impact would be hit even if they're let back in, but the only way they'd be let back in is from the permission of the mother. And she is not forthcoming with such forgiveness. You do not have to raise your hand every time. Please, just ask.
Okay, the highest punishment is to be banned, right? It's not to be cursed, nor killed, nor publicly shamed. I don't know. Like it's just being banished, right?
Yes. The highest punishment for your poor social credit would be exile.
Okay.
But exile also means removal from the protections of the court. Grudges
Yes.
based on an interpersonal basis. So if somebody doesn't like you enough, and you are removed from the protection, as I said, the mercy of the merciless. I feel like I'm scaring you, children. It's so difficult to do that. But it's not difficult to take a few steps in that direction and lose favour. The sponsor you have may cut your sponsorship whenever they like. It is a privilege to be here, not a right. Oh, I hated saying that. I genuinely hated saying that. So.
Sorry. That just came off so... oh, goodness.
Do you think you're ready?
Yes, I believe so. Again, you are very good at this, Mistress Uli.
I've had hundreds of these discussions. You are not the first ones to eat the food first.
Yeah. Apologies again.
No problem at all. So, she claps her hands. If you are ready, I will lead you up to the castle. You are free to roam the grounds you wish, or the lower floor of the castle. There are routes up to the second floor, but the Fae who are up there at the moment are unlikely to want additional sponsorees. As I said, they can only have one. But desperation. In fact, I believe the mother is currently in residence on the second floor herself. If you are lucky, you may glimpse her during your long stay here, I'm sure. And by the sounds of it, from the things you've said, Netzi, found you. Netzi, although not a member of the court, he resigned to become the one of the 2 royal wardens of the game. The game wardens of the court. Not the game, the game. I've lost it again. Fuck. He likes having his refugees, for want of a better word, in the court. Should you ever need additional help if your time is running out, I shouldn't be saying this, but he might point you in a direction.
Okay.
If we struggle, Netzi could be a good way.
Yes. You'll find him not far from the entrance I gather you visited from.
That is wonderful news.
And if you do, please send him my regards and my love. It's been far too long.
I shall do that for you, yes.
Well, enjoy. It may sound perilous, but it is fun. Learn to play the
I'm
game,
ready.
not to be played by the game.
Pleasure to meet you.
And yourselves. And please, if you do choose to stay, do come and visit. It would be so wonderful to hear about all your exploits. And of course, who ends up
Until next
sponsoring
time.
you, but I'm sure a magnificent announcement will be made.
An announcement gets made? Okay,
Of
that's
course.
news. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Plus, it goes round in the newsletter.
There's a newsletter?
There
Oh,
is.
that's incredible.
There'll be your portraits and the portraits of your sponsor.
Hmm.
I'm not saying you'll be front page. You'll probably be, 3rd or 4th. The events of the court are numerous, but your names will be in there. I shall frame you on my wall.
Okay, yep, that is,
Wow.
that's lovely. I was gonna say the other word, but I can't. So that's lovely, yeah.
So until we meet again.
Until we meet again, indeed. Please, the grounds and the lower floor of the castle are all yours.
Appreciate it. I guess we'll start making our way. Harry, do you remember any of the noble speak stuff? Because, you got that kind of stuff when you left, right?
I mean, yeah, just be polite and say titles, and flattery gets you everywhere.
Flattery.
Yeah.
Okay. Lee, are you in changing form right now?
Yeah, my true form.
I love that look on you, Leah. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll fit in? I don't know. Can you tell I'm very stressed? Do you think
Yes.
that if I fake being confident, is that lying?
What do you think I do? Just fake it till you make it. Just, this is completely fine. Everything's false confidence. You swallow it, you stand straight, and you go forward. That's what I got. That's how I do it.
As you're walking up, Leah... Well, that's here to break in a second, guys, by the way. Leah, you feel one of your ears get uncomfortably warm.
The
And
do
one
you
with
hear-
the earring?
Yeah.
Well, they certainly were pleasant. What were their names again? Ren, Eritrea, and Leah. I shall have to remember them.
Nice.
We'll go to the break there.
Yep.
We are back. So, you are walking away from Moss Keep, and you are heading up towards the castle. She said that she would take you there, but actually just kind of pointed you up. You're crossing the lawns. There's no, please don't step on the grass signs, so you're fine to step across the grass. And as you get closer, the hedges are getting larger and more ornate. You see is it called... Is it topiary or topiary? Where they make bushes into shapes.
Oh, I have no idea.
You see,
I know what you mean.
mermaids and fantastical
Yeah, yeah.
creatures of the plants which have been grown into certain shapes.
Plant sculptures.
Plant sculptures, indeed. And every now and then you will pass somebody holding perhaps a pair of shears as they are manicuring this garden. And you're seeing more people as you get closer. And these are pretty much of all races you see. You walk past a couple of dwarves dressed in wonderful finery, with massive beards, deep in discussion in a language I don't think any of you can understand. But they give you a nod as you walk past. You see goblins, you see a few more owlin and bird folk flying around. You see some elves who look quite similar to yourselves, Eri and Ren. And while they're quite fancily dressed, you don't get the feeling that these are special. These do not give off the air of nobility. But yeah, they're dressed very nicely. Everyone seems to be dressed in wonderful finery around. I'm just going to check. Leah, we've got some buzzing on your end. So yeah, you're walking by. You see orcs and dwarves and elves and what are they called? Genasi of all different types. Little flying pixies appear to fly past your head every now and then. And you get some interest. People look at you. You see a few people like turning around to watch after you, and every now and then your ear burns, Leah, as they go, "Oh, who are they? Newcomers? I don't know. What do you think of them? Ooh. No, the short, greyish-looking one could catch some eyes. We'll see what happens. Think they've got sponsors yet? Oh, I doubt it. We would have seen them before, right? Of course." Gossip is spreading about the three of you, and thanks to Leah. Well, Leah can hear it directly. These people are not being particularly subtle when they're talking about you. It's quite clear, even to Ren and Eri, people look at you when they're talking about you. And you enter one of the ground floors of one of the many spires of this castle, and it's beautifully marbled. You see gold, intricate gold designs carved into the floor. But it still also feels quite homely. It's not the kind of cold, empty castles that you've known. Even the flying castle of the council had an air of kind of emptiness and pomp. This feels homely. Because all of the walls appear to be grown out of plant matter, there's a texture to them which absorbs some sound and feels like they give off just a homely feel, and you're constantly under bordering on oppressive heat of the two suns, and you notice that you've been here for a few hours now. In fact, a fair few hours between everything you've done. They haven't moved from directly above. You think back to when Uli said, "Oh, we don't really have days here." Perhaps they meant that literally.
Okay.
Yeah. There is bustle around the floors as you look around. There are people coming and going, again, as I said. All shapes and creeds. But every now and then, somebody will not walk through, they will sweep. You will notice they are, almost to a man, extremely tall. About maybe 7 foot tall. They have slightly elongated and arched back eyes that are just angled slightly to point up their head, quite long. Quite like the elven eyes of Ren and Eritrea, but larger. And they blink, slightly not often enough. Their hair is almost always pulled back into a tight, high bun, which accentuates their height even more. And while there is bustle every now and then, people do move around you as you walk past, but people clear the way for these types. They are almost always followed by a small entourage of various races. Sometimes you see one holding the cloak as one sweeps by, and you see what appears to be holding like a docket or a clipboard, and seems to be talking them through something. There's a few of these around. You will get that the main tide of people, though, is moving in one specific direction. And you find yourself in the base of one of the spires that has no doors but huge arches, so it feels like a pagoda almost. But if you look up, you can see this towering tower above you. So there's beautiful airy views, a slight breeze which is constant and coming from everywhere all at once, it feels, taking just the edge off that heat. And this appears to be a bit of a congregation area. You hear music as some bards or musicians are playing. You hear laughter, and every now and then you get a scent of beautiful floral smoke as some people stuff pipes and light it. So just sit around and meander and chat. And there was definitely an air of waiting for something. If you wish to know any more, let me know.
So a couple of these high Fae have come through now, right? That's what you were saying. They've all been walking around with their retinues.
You saw them sweep past, and in this area, I'm going to say there's maybe 10 of them.
10 of them. Are they? Do they look like they're children of the mother, or do they look like they're other types of high Fae?
How would you know? What are you looking for?
I'm going to say, because Ren, anyone that looks extra thorny.
What does Ren mean by that?
As in, he's going to guess that they might be wearing something that has a lot of thorns on it if they're from the mother.
Because she's the mother of thorns, I think that's ridiculous.
Because she's the mother of thorns,
Yes.
yeah.
We need to talk through things. 'Cause things you do and don't know are quite important here. Yes, roll a perception check.
Okay. That's a 21.
21. So, you spend a few minutes in this pagoda. You can spend as long as you want here, but you spend a couple of minutes specifically looking at these various Fae types. And you see they are... all of them, as I said, extremely tall, variety of different skin colours and the like, but there is one which really stands out. There is a standing and supposedly commanding the most attention is a tall Fae who is deep orange of skin. You see that they've got a marvellous... they've got horns, but rather than the horns such as a satyr or a tiefling, it's almost like they've got branches growing backwards off their head. They are dressed the most fine of everybody, in deep, beautiful reds and oranges. But the most notable thing about them is their cloak. The cloak, which no one is holding, but it appears to be holding itself slightly off the floor by some unknown means, is a carpet of roses. And they are a beautiful kind of orangey peach colour.
Cool. So that's one of the 10. You said there was about 9 others here?
The others are all dressed really quite finely. You're seeing a lot of, but a lot of them look quite like Eri, but much taller and give off a sense of pure nobility. They did not particularly stand out in the way that this, they've got normal heads. They look like fancy elves rather than the one I described, the one in the peach cloak, looks almost like part tree in their appearance. The others look like just fancy highborn elves. They carry a lot of gravitas. They all have cloaks of some kind, but of various silks and glorious materials, rather than a grown cloak, as the roses appear to be. I guess
And it
Leah and
appears-
Eri, is there anything?
Oh, yeah, go.
Go on, Mary. I'll go after.
You go first, please.
I think that Leah would probably warn the other and leave the room because they arrive here and they realize it's just, how do you say, schmoozing? Like it's all about making connections and acting well, and it's just too much. They always worked on their own in Jojak. They never had to face crowds like this. They feel uncomfortable in their outfit. So they're just going to say, like, I'm just going to explore a little bit. I don't feel like anyone inspire me that much. I'll be careful. I'll see you later. And they're going to walk away, probably trying to find something quiet, like maybe a library or something like that, to just breathe a little bit.
Okay, that's what you're doing. We'll join you in a second. This was actually a time I was prepared for you to leave this time, so I'm good. Eri.
I think I'd be kind of just flinging by Ren and just being like, "Oh, you seen this interesting person? What about them?"
Seen the guy with the cloak?
Yeah, right. Isn't it cool?
That's impressive.
Kind of scared to talk to someone. There's too many rules.
The rules are a bit daunting, but it appears that they've come here to wait for something, so perhaps we should wait until that happens and then jump in once everyone's here.
I'm kind of tired as well.
I mean, we have been up for a long part of the day. Us getting out of that trap from this morning was this morning.
Can you imagine? Nice warm bath, a bed.
Would be wonderful, yeah. And
Golden
some
drink.
food.
The sandwiches not fill you up.
Ren was running around most of the morning. That would have been like a snack.
Okay, I will say that if you guys want to spend some time just waiting, is there anything you want to be doing while you're waiting that I can then have you roll and come back to you?
Can I ask a quick question and then I'll decide what I'm doing? So obviously I know we need to try and get a sponsor during day one. Does it look like there's only like one or two people here that could be potential sponsors? Like, is now the time to jump in and mingle, or is it something happening that I should jump in a bit later on?
Right now, you guys have no idea what you're looking for. You know, it's quite clear who the High Fae are. They are acting exactly the same way that nobility do. But you don't know who's available, who doesn't. As you said, you're nervous about even asking questions. However, as I mentioned, there are a lot of people around waiting for this. They have their retinues, there are crowds, there's people wandering around. If you step out into the gardens, there's gardeners, or there's all the kind of servants and bustle that you would expect in a diplomatic castle.
I find someone that's obviously a servant.
Sure, what type of servant would you like to look out for?
Maybe someone that's tending to the buffet. I'm guessing there's probably a buffet at one of these things.
Yes, okay. I will say that there is, off to one side, there is you know those like giant towers of glasses that have like champagne and stuff in them? You pour it in the top and it flows down. There is one of those that appears to have maybe 10 layers tall, and on top is a beautiful bottle spilling out a deep red wine, which is pouring endlessly into the glasses below. And despite the fact that quite clearly, as you sit there watching it for a second, more liquid is coming out of that than would fit in a bottle of that size, it is still endlessly flowing. And every now and then, someone will come up, ask for a glass, one to be removed and handed to you, and then instantly replaced to start filling up. The person tending it is I don't do dwarf very often. We're gonna have another dwarf. Has a wide-brimmed, kind of wizardy-looking hat, and deep brown-orange robes, beautifully inscribed with what looks like just leaves and nature.
Okay. Hello there, good sir. How are you today?
He will finish serving someone else and turn, you say. New arrivals, it must be. Hello.
Yes,
May I interest you in some glorious elderberry and schmarderberry wine?
you may.
Wonderful. Here you go, and I offer you this wonderful wine. Are you having one as well? Ellie, are you going with, or?
Yeah, I'm eyeing at the wine. I'm like, been a while.
Elderberry and schmelderberry.
Wait, are we allowed to drink this? Have we been offered it?
I'm offering you it in its entirety.
Amazing. I shall partake.
Wonderful. You take a deep sniff, and it smells of glorious. You're not sure what a schmelderberry is, but it smells very nice. It's sweet. It's slightly fizzy in your nose, although the wine itself is quite still. Sorry. You can take a deep draught, and it's gloriously cool to the tongue.
Ooh.
Popping, it's like popping candy as well.
Bran,
Oh, nice.
I don't know what this is, but it smelled very awesome.
It is quite wonderful, I agree with you. Good sir, what is everyone appearing to be waiting for? Obviously, we are new arrivals and we're trying to figure out when would be the best time to jump in and socialize. But I'm not really sure how these things go.
I did think I didn't perhaps recognize you, and I thought I knew most of the court. Well, you arrive on a most fortuitous day. Several of the IFA have been out amongst the Fey Wilds for many a moon. Doesn't really translate well down here, but for a while. And so today is the day of their glorious return. So a few of their close friends and confidants have come down to welcome them should they return. I would suspect an hour or two. People are a little bit on edge. They are bored but excited. There is always a bit of festivity when people return, especially of their high nature.
It sounds like we're in for quite the party.
I should say so. It's one thing that is never in short supply. One of the spires round here always have some kind of party or ball or shindig going on.
So it appears that the parties are best effort to try and then socialize. So we should wait for that.
Yeah,
Is there
absolutely. What kind of socialization were you after?
Well, we will be looking for a sponsor. Apparently, it's best to do it on day one.
It's only available on day one, so if you're looking to stay here, you must find... You've got the speech from Uli, I suspect.
Yes, yes.
I've been here 40 years, and she's still doing it. It's wonderful.
Wonderful lady.
Yes.
Majestic, even.
Majestic. Fine. Your skill with words will do you well. Finding sponsors is important, but not easy. You must run the fine line between being desirable, but not being so forthright that you become desperate. Desperation is most undesirable in itself. The best way, many have found, and I've seen a few, is to be seen to make yourselves be useful in some kind, or have the same interests that they do. But as you can imagine, one does not walk up to the king or the head and just say, "So, what do you like?" Such forthrightness is
Uncouth.
a mockery of the game.
Of course. So
Oh,
it's
fuck, I've said the game.
Good grief. So our best efforts would be to keep an eye out and see what these people that may give us a sponsor are like, and then when we find one that we are akin to, approach and make conversation.
Yes, good luck. It's not easy. Many of the Fae have their sponsor already, but there are always availabilities around.
Thank you.
Don't stir up too much trouble. It's fine, I'm not... You've had the talk, I'm not high Fae.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Damn
be
it,
sponsoring.
I was doing so well. But yeah. I am stumbling. You have been most useful,
Yes,
and the wine is wonderful.
please enjoy both of you.
Good day.
Good day.
This is going to be harder than I thought. I thought. I say thank you like literally at the end of every sentence.
So... Oh, we can't hear you, Tash.
You are on mute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Just think of complimenting instead, Ren.
Just complimenting. Well, I wouldn't know anything about complimenting people, but I will do my best.
So, if you guys... Sorry, Eri, is there anything that you specifically wanted to do?
You know what? There was something, but I got completely distracted because Freya was just going absolutely nuts. And I was trying to be like, what's going on?
Okay, we can come back if you wish.
Yeah, give me a second, sorry.
We're going to say that, as he said, it's going to be a couple of hours before the expedition arrives, and it appears that that might be the next thing. When we come back to you, we will... we'll do a roll, and you can be trying to spot certain things if you wish, and then we'll see if Eri, if you can remember what you wanted to do. If not, you can do it after, perhaps.
I do remember now.
Go for it.
I wanted to look around to see if anybody caught my eye.
Yeah. What kind of thing would catch your eye?
Somebody handsome.
Oh, everybody is. In fact, the dwarf you were just talking to had a certain rugged charm. Yeah, so do a perception check, and then tell
Someone
me...
possibly wearing red.
Okay.
Perception check. That is 15.
Yep, that's fine. What... There's lots of people... In fact, looking around, you're seeing a lot of red. You're seeing reds and golds and kind of oranges, and the kind of the warm brown that the dwarf was wearing is also quite common. It's
If
quite...
there's someone wearing red and gold, I'd want to go and talk to them.
And what level? Like, are you talking a servant, a random onlooker, so a retinue of one of the Fae themselves?
I think someone above the servant level, really.
Okay. There's definitely some people who are perhaps serving food and trailing behind some of these high Fae. There are just people just around, seems to be waiting and enjoying the socializing. If you're looking for red, you find... I am going to say... Oh, I don't do this very often. I need to create a random character. You know what? I tend to do this quite well. You find a Heragon, which is one of the rabbit people. In a beautiful... matching red trousers and waistcoat with wonderful, like, painted on filigree down their arms, and they're leaning on one of the pillars, looking out across the grounds, puffing on one of these quite herbal smelling pipes. And just looking out across the grounds, not just kind of enjoying the atmosphere. There is a quite laid back, very casually.
Well, might I say that you're dressed extravagantly. The colours? You remind me of a beautiful ball gown that I owned.
And a very good day to you as well.
What may I call you?
Fuck, I always forget this bit of the naming. I am Charlemagne. A pleasure to
A
meet
worthy
you.
name?
And yourself. What is yours?
I am Eritrea.
Eritrea, I must say your hair is glorious. It would look wonderful with my suit.
I have to agree. That's why I was drawn over here.
Oh. I see. And what, are you here for the return party this afternoon?
I plan to be there, yes. And you?
Oh, yes, of course. Do tell me about yourself, Eritrea. You look unfamiliar. A rare but beautiful flower among a beautiful garden. You stand taller than the rest. He's constantly puffing on this rather wonderful pipe. And we've lost Darcy. Hang on, we just need to pause while we...
Yep.
Right, that was a good 5 minutes while Discord went down. So, Leah. Also, I think we stopped just when we were saying what was going with Ren and Eri. They are going to be looking out for certain things, and Eritrea is kind of flirting with Charlemagne the Harrigan. But Leah, you have got... This is a bit much for you. There's loads of people around, and possibly for you, there's nowhere dark. Even when you're in like the middle of this pagoda, you still feel like you're in such bright sunlight, stuff, all the wonderful reflections. It's an architectural marvel, but for someone who likes to hide away, this is rough for you. And you look around, and anywhere within the castle, the corridors and stuff heading off seem to have people. And so the one place that's easiest for you to go is out into the grounds, into the garden. You find yourself... Again, but the second you're outside, you're away from the people, but that oppressive heat... Like, you don't even feel heat that much, given the much that you are dead. But even if it's just like a vestitude of, like, the reaction you would have to bright sunlight, it doesn't feel right to you. But you spot out into the distance, in the same way that Moss Keep with Uli was one of the smaller like outbuildings away. You see what looks to be a much quieter set of buildings, again made of that same kind of bright white stone and mixture of white roots, just off in the distance, and you're seeing nobody near it. It looks to be the closest place that's going to be away from the sun and away from people. Would you like to head over there?
Definitely. I'm walking fast.
Yeah, walking fast, faces pass, and you're out building bound. And when you get there, you find you're all right. There is actually a small gate surrounding this enclosure, just a waist-high one. So something an expert thief and climber such as yourself can just step over it if you wish to. It feels a little bit like intruding. This feels a bit like it was fenced off for a reason, but not seriously so. And actually, being somewhere you're not meant to be makes Leah feel a bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That is your shtick. But you're still out in the blasting heat. You find yourself... You walk between a couple of the buildings. You find a small courtyard with 4 buildings, one on each side of this square courtyard. And in the centre is a beautiful fish pond. It's got a fountain in the middle. It looks really quite deep. It looks like you're maybe 10 or 15 meters dug into the ground, but you look in and the light is reflecting beautifully, and there's all kinds of tropical fish in there that you couldn't even begin to identify. You even think some of them have legs, and that doesn't feel right. Again, even here, you're in the impressive heat. So there's 4 buildings around you. They all appear to have kind of like sliding doors into them. And do you want to try and... Would you like to go in one of them? And if so, they all look exactly the same. So you've got north, east, south, and west. Which one would you like to go into?
Try to head north.
Okay, you head north. It's actually the north. It seems to be furthest away from the castle, so it feels like the nicest for you. Also, your sound just gone up a little bit, so I'm just gonna put you down. But as you you do, like, the heat is quite oppressive, and the stress of being near people with that kind of offsetting anxiety pushes you with little hesitation. You open the door, you close it behind you. You're inside. Instantly, there's still that same cool breeze, which is weird because you're now in a building, but it's slightly darker, it's cooler. The floor is made of wonderful tile. It's like you're in a Mediterranean villa kind of feel, where although the air is warm, the furniture is cool. But you've turned around and you close the door. You take a second, and you turn around. You find, in the middle of this room, which is a nice room, you've got maybe a dresser off to one side, you've got a long table that appears to be set for maybe 12 people, with beautiful sets of cutlery, some cutlery even you don't recognise, but I'm not sure that Leah knows what a fish slice is. And there's no food on it, it's beautifully laid out, wonderful silver cutlery. But the thing dominating the centre of this room is an enormous, I'm talking like, 15 foot by 15 foot tulip bulb. Like a compacted tulip. It's bud, not bulb, bud, sorry. It's wonderful, it's pink, and you see that extending high above you, sticking out of the top of this closed bud, is a single flower. It's beautiful. This one has opened up and it's filling the room with... Well, Leah, what is your favourite smell?
I think last time I said the street food of Jean-Jacques. It's like a pad thai or something like that. I think I said something like this.
This is amazingly giving off a slightly spicy smell. As you close your eyes for a second, breathe in, you feel like you're standing in front of one of the stools in Jean-Jacques, although much nicer and quieter. There is, if you listen closely, you're not sure where kind of harp music is gently plinging away from. You're not sure, but this beautiful thing is just sitting up there, and there's nothing else around really from what you can see. You see, yeah, that's what you can see from what you've got. The room is dominated by this giant flower bud, and hanging above it is this glorious smelling flower.
Just to make sure, what is a bud? Is it?
Yeah, it's
the
when
head of the flower?
when the flower is like closed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
And
it's
on
open.
top of-
Yes. So there's a
Okay.
huge one of those dominating this entire room, and then you see sticking out the top of this closed flower is another smaller flower, giving off a beautiful smell.
Can I reach the small flower?
You have spider climb. You would have to climb up the side of this flower to get there, but it looks pretty sturdy. It's too far away from the walls and ceiling for you to be able to reach it anywhere else. But yes, you could. You would have to climb up the sides of this flower.
How big is the small flower on top? Like, is it my size?
Oh, you could. You feel
Because
like
the idea of Leah is to go hide inside just to have a moment to breathe and just be like in a little cocoon.
the flower on the top is not big enough for that. It's like sunflower our sunflower sized. So pretty big, pretty substantial. But man, that smell is intoxicating.
Do you want me to do wisdom saving throw, constitution, or something
It's not
to see how much I'm...
enchanting you, if
Mm.
that's what you mean. But in the chaos that you just went through, it's reminding you of something of home.
I'd get closer anyway to just see if it's as soft as the smell.
So you would start climbing up the side of this flower.
Sure.
So yeah, you start climbing up, and you feel the petals give a little under your weight, but you're still able to make your way up. You don't need to make a climbing save because you find footholds, and you find where there are no footholds, you find them because spider climb. And you manage to reach up, and you reach the top of this larger flower. You can just reach up, and if you want, just touch one of the petals of this sunflower type thing.
Yeah, I want to see if it's soft.
You do it, and you just touch the other side. Oh, it's beautiful. It's velveteen. It's closes in a second, a snap of your fingers, and you feel suddenly the bulb you're sitting on start opening super quickly. Now, you're kind of attached to the side of this, but you do need to make a dexterity saving throw if you want to try and keep your grip.
Let's do this. It is only a 10.
It's not good. You were too distracted by this.
I'm afraid to hurt the flower, I think, so I'm just almost giving in.
So it actually folds away too quickly, and you're kind of left, or it's hanging in the air, kind of cartoon-like for a second. And you feel suddenly, as you look down, these vines reach up from inside the flower and start wrapping around your arms and legs.
Oh, not again.
These don't feel aggressive. They're not pulling you in the same way that there was with Ren. But you are now definitely held. With a 10, you were not able to break out of this.
But they don't seem aggressive or dangerous.
They're not. They are basically supporting you in a way that you are also slightly restrained.
Okay. I'll let them do their thing to see if they put me back on the floor.
They don't. They just hold you there for a second. And then you hear a... what on earth is going on? As you look down, but past the vines, you can now see into the centre of this bulb. And you see inside was actually a king-sized bed.
I'm not again. Okay.
It happened again. And you see kind of laid out on a beautiful satin sheet, on a beautiful satin pillow. You see a mop of blonde hair with two horns that are just curving up over the head, but they're face down for now, and they just... oh, what on earth is going on? And you see one of the vines slither up beside him and just tap him on the side, and he looks at it. The vine bounces up and down a second, and you can imagine this is some kind of conversation going on. Well, my vines know you, and I'm getting mixed signals twice is quite incredible. As this person rolls over, and you see the face of the same person the last time you were caught trying to sneak into a flower bed.
Shit.
As
Okay.
Lord Apsirian.
I just thought it was blonde. Okay.
He was blonde, in fact. The satyr who you met a very, very long time ago leans back, and he's got a lovely... You can tell he's not wearing much, but he also has a fortuitously placed silk duvet over himself. He looks up at you and said, Now I am truly getting mixed signals. Twice you found trying to climb into my bed.
I tried to say hi, but I'm probably like tied up with the things. I'm just like, hi, my name is Leah.
I remember.
You probably remember that.
You do not look the same.
Oh yeah, that's. Are the vines moving, or am I just
No,
like?
no, you're just kind of held there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a long, short. It's a story.
It is. You have crossed the boundaries of space and time in order to climb into my bed a second time.
That wasn't my intention.
That's what you said last time I found you climbing into my bed. What am I to think?
Yeah, I am aware of this. I know how it looks. I
I mean,
just
there's
wanted to
playing
find
hard to get, and then there's... I don't know what this... This is games.
the game. Yes, I'm trying to play the game. It's very difficult.
I mean, trying to climb into bed with a visiting lord is certainly one way to play the game. Calm down, why not? And the vines lower you into the bed to places you next
Okay, we're
to.
doing this. Okay, fine.
And the bud closes up around you. It's still...
Oh, is that necessary?
We're in bed, privacy is important. I will admit I'm not often surprised, but... You are a surprise.
Pleasant surprise, I hope.
When was it last time? It was the visitation to your planar council thing.
Yeah, we were in a floating castle. Right? Yeah.
Yes. And now we're in a completely different castle, and I find you again. What tide of fate has brought you to me, or me to you? I feel like it's you to me. You from this, it's a you to me.
I don't know. You just have pretty beds too. That's well good.
I know.
Uh,
That's one of my favourite places to be. I like to design it. Keep my visitors entertained.
okay. Right. I think I need to calm down.
Oh, please do. Would you like a massage or something to help?
No,
No?
it's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Thank you. No,
No? Okay, that's fine.
that's very kind of you.
He will adjust his pillow to lean against the headboard, and he sits up again with the obviously everything covered that would be uncouth. So, but he is also definitely stretching a bit too much. He's definitely showing off. He's quite well tanned, but he definitely has goat legs. So
Yeah.
yes.
No. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm definitely here for a reason.
Oh yes.
With the same. With friends, we are here to find some more information about us, about the Feywild, about our past.
I mean, you were fun the last
and
time.
for
Didn't last
this-
time you try and blow up the castle?
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
No, you were too busy in my bed.
I was, for a split moment, yes. Anyway, so to do so, we would like to stay a little bit longer here, and if possible, not in the wild and in a danger. A bed would be nice. Not yours. This is my bed would be nice.
I mean, you're saying
and-
not my bed while climbing into my bed.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the definition of mixed signals. You understand that? Like, I
Yes,
understand,
yeah.
double speak and playing the game, but this is saying one thing while doing the other.
Yeah, you're not the first person in my life saying that I give mixed signals by accident. Yeah,
I'm not complaining.
Sorry.
It's fun, but
okay. What? Sorry, could we I need a sponsor. And I really don't know who to ask and how to do it because, like you can see, I'm not really good in society. I more belong alone in the shadows.
The shadows are the one place that's not here. So you want a sponsor? And climbing into my bed isn't the kind of the way you're trying to do that? Because I would
Again,
admit, some of the high fae here do... that is one way to get a sponsor, certainly, by sleeping with them.
Okay. No, that wasn't my attention. No.
So, you want to talk business without the pleasure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Pleasure would be way more fun.
I mean, I'll be flattered to have your help, I guess. But I can go. I can go right now. I mean, you closed.
Please,
I'm
this
trapped,
is,
but
yes.
I could go if you say I could. It's really hot. Okay, could it open again? Or?
Oh, this is the coolest and the hottest place to be.
Okay, because I'm more used to be on rooftops, like open air,
No, if you're too hot, you can shed some clothing, if that would help.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Fine? You're fine? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. He will lean back and just spread his arms across either side of the bedhead. So, you want a sponsoring? In a certain way that isn't the way that this looks exactly like?
Yeah. Could you help? Maybe
I mean,
give
definitely.
advice.
I mean, I could do better than that. I mean, I might be a visiting lord here. You are in the visitors' quarters, after all.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a lovely little place for, visiting lords to stay. So not in the main hustle and bustle, but that's where I'm staying. And I'm the only one here in 4 buildings, and this is the one that you walked into.
Again, the smell.
The smell. I know, it's my air freshener. I like my rooms to smell nice.
Okay.
Okay. I've literally not been, put on the back hoof in so long. Okay, so, you want a sponsor? I'm sorry, I feel like I keep doing the same thing. I know, this was really fun and exciting, and then really confusing, then exciting, and now it's confusing again.
Yeah. That's what I do, apparently.
Did you know this is where you were? Did you come looking for visiting lords to sponsor you?
That came as a surprise. I only learned that I had to do this a few hours ago, and I just learned the rules of the game.
And the first room you walk into is mine.
Yes! Yeah.
You didn't see, my name on the door?
No.
No. Okay.
I know I cannot lie. I am not lying.
Yes, of course, that's fine. Okay. Oh, this is... Forgive me, but this is absolutely hilarious.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I knew I was going to make a fool of myself. It's already happening. At least it's just in front of you.
Just me?
Not a crowd.
Oh, you also don't know who I am, do you?
But you're going to remind me.
Okay, oof, this is... Okay. Who do you think I am?
A really high lord that I just offended and is going to make me pay the price by not opening the flower?
No. If I can't open... How do I get out if I can't open the flower?
I don't know. I did not think that through.
You really think this is a bad situation, don't you?
Yeah, I'm really uncomfortable.
Okay, well, calm down.
Yes, I feel better now.
Yes, I'll admit that my address and you're not interested. Which is a hell of a way to say that you're not interested. Rejection, this. Ooh, I don't like this.
You're not used to it. I didn't,
Absolutely not.
I didn't mean to vex you.
I'm absolutely stunning. Oof. Okay. I'm not insulted, I'm just processing.
You're not Sorry.
I'm not ripped.
you're-
I am absolutely ripped. Have you not seen this?
No,
You can see
I was gonna
everything.
say, yeah, that you're not ugly, you're not repulsive. It's just
I'm not repulsive. Oh, good. Well, thank you.
no compliment. They say I should be better at this. You look good.
I love the thumbs up. Very convincing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's start with. Do you know what my name is?
I think I do.
It's okay. Speak freely.
Greg, can you remind me?
Lord
you forget?
Absyrian.
Oh yeah. Lord Absyrian.
Very good. So. I never thought I'd have to explain this in such. I'm sorry, I'm not used to people not knowing who I am. I am a visiting lord from another Fey court, which is again very weird that you find me here when I'm not even at my home. I'm at somebody else's home. And yes, I am visiting this court, which means in this court, I don't have a sponsor, and I am eligible for one. So, if you wish to ask, you could ask me to sponsor you if you wish. And I might accept if, because I would admit this is really entertaining. This whole, like, blustering will they, won't they we have going on already is,
We do? Okay.
we will? We do? Okay.
No.
Well,
What? No, that's not what. Once again.
however, if I sponsor you, I can't sponsor somebody else.
Yeah, I understand that. That would be a shame.
So,
That's...
okay, don't take this the wrong way, but sell yourself to me. I understand in this situation this feels weird to say it in that way, but why should I sponsor you?
To...
He will lean forward again and lean on his hands. Sit cross-legged, which is quite difficult when you've got hooves. And again, he shifts his blanket so he's all covered. Go on.
You can do it.
He
I'm
gives-
I'm useful. I'm stealthy. I'm good at heist and stealing stuff.
Oh, sorry, when you said you're here to find things, I didn't realize you wanted here to find other people's things and steal them.
That's not my goal right now. I'm okay with chaos.
Are you sure you're doing terribly? It's endearing, but seriously.
You're almost naked. It's
I'm not almost, I
disturbing.
am.
Oh yeah, you are. How about putting some clothes on and maybe talking outside?
You're in my bed.
I think. Oh my god, I am so afraid to be kicked out, but I feel like I'm not managing to sell myself because I never had to do it before. And
Okay. Take a breath. Breathe easy. Come on, breathe with me. In through the nose. In through the nose, come on. You can do it.
I'm doing it.
Oh, you're doing it? Okay.
I cannot breathe, man.
Oh.
Sorry, Lord, my Lord. I cannot breathe. That's not the thing I do.
Yes, okay, that's going to be interesting. Okay. But pretend to breathe in. To do it with your arms as well. Show me breathing in. And then out. And then in.
Oh, that.
And then
Yeah.
out.
Mm,
So, you said you are skills. What are you good at?
I'm good at taking care of the people I love. I'm good at fighting. I'm good with a lot of weapons. I'm dexterous. I'm stealthy. Yeah, that's the thing that I do.
Okay, so you have quite that's a good CV. So that's a high Fae for job list. Sorry. So That's a bit difficult here. Anywhere else, wonderful. Thieving in the Fey Court, 50-50. If you get
Okay,
caught,
I
it's one
can
of the
do
worst
this.
things you can do. If you don't
I think-
get caught, and if you can make a show of pulling someone's, deepest, darkest secret to their whatever they stashed under their bed at night. Not that there is night, but whenever they stash stuff, you're clearly quite good at getting near people's beds. And, do that in front of them, that can be a great show. So you see the dichotomy?
I'm going to turn into himself.
You're really
same-
not doing good at the whole we don't want to sleep with each other thing, because I've had dreams like this.
I'm not surprised. But this is what I can do. Would that be helpful here?
Yes. Very.
Right.
If you don't get caught, but yeah, oof. That is uncanny. Are you wearing clothes? Is Apsirian wearing clothes?
Yeah, the same reproduction of the shit on him.
Oh, so because he's wearing
Exactly
a bedsheet,
the
so have you kind of pulled it over the same area?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I love this. This is fascinating. Oof. So, do you know what a sponsorship means?
Yep. No, but no, I'm not sure.
Yes, no, maybe. All three answers. I mean, it's a great way not to lie if you give every possible answer.
Yeah. That's my technique. I lie often, without realizing. So
That you will have to work on that, but okay. If you wish, I will sponsor you. You will, therefore, we will, you can forego the various different rules when it comes to me. We talk openly and freely. But, I will send you on things to do. You will have things to do for me. Like, dress up like this more often.
I'll change back into myself.
Oh. Not that you're not stunning, but you're not this. If you want, I'm happy to do that.
Just because our energies are struggling to match.
Oh, I
would
think our
it be
energies are beautiful right now.
okay? That's a way to see it. Would it be okay to tell me what would you ask of your sponsor?
Well, before we sign everything, not really sign, before we enter into this duty between each other, then I'm not going to tell you everything.
No.
But honestly, it seems like more of this. Like, doing weird shit and causing chaos, you seem to do accidentally. And you appear to be adrift on the tides of fate that has pulled you to me, so I can send you off to places and you seem to end up where you need to be. Honestly, it's weird that you've walked into the first room, found somebody in the same way you found somebody before, and have already kind of worked out a deal without what I would usually expect when someone crawls into my bed. Especially when they get tied up in my vines. Consensually. And that's not off the table if you ever reconsider.
Oh, would it be okay for me to take a minute to think about it and go back to my friends and come back to you? Would that be rude?
I mean, I've made you the offer. If you have to go off and talk to other people, then kind of yes. This is a one-to-one basis as well, so I can only sign one of you, which is going to be you. They will have to sort themselves out.
I understand. I mean, I feel like my biggest fear was to say the wrong thing and be awkward, but I haven't filtered myself with you since the beginning of this conversation, so maybe could be a good idea.
The joy of a visiting lord means that I can change things up if I want to. and being particularly powerful, which I am not. If I need to sell myself to you, I am.
Well, it would be rude to ask you that. Yeah, I think it's happening.
It's happening between us?
Yeah.
Oh, I should write this in one of my diaries.
Will you help me though at getting better at the game?
Yes. Because, not just for yourself, but for myself as well. What this means, if we enter a sponsored relationship, you will gain a reputation within court by doing the various things. By existing in the court, you garner a reputation. Although you're, right now, remarkably neutral in appearance, which is good. Although, yes, your sides need to be chosen eventually, often. But the reputation that you gain also reflects on me. You understand that this is all fun and games, but there is also a serious point to it, and if you enter into my service, then you also should not be getting in the way of my own plans.
Would you like to tell me a little bit more about your plans?
Right now, no. Because right now, you can still say no. I wouldn't want to give away too much information. This is a free choice as well. I will not do any dastardly things to you if you displease me or piss me off.
Can I time out as a player?
Yes, go on. What's up?
Look, I'm really struggling. I don't know. Did you think as a DM of another character, or would it be the one that you plan the most and would have the most fun of?
This is the one
being
that I've
there?
planned the most around for you.
Mhm.
He seems to fit most of what Leah wants, which is someone you can talk freely around.
Yeah.
You can read into the fact that he is visiting for some reason, and he is being he's not being open about the things he wants to do here, which I won't make you roll an insight check, because as a player this might help you make a decision. Seem clandestine. Possibly somebody who could use a shapeshift or someone who can sneak into dark places. I won't make you roll an insight check, but he does seem intrigued with this idea more than the past. Oh, this is entertaining. Perhaps you can read something in his eye that's a bit more calculating that he's letting on.
And you mind reminding us a little bit more about what we learn about him in the castle? Because in my mind, he's like linked to the past of Eerie, but he's not, right? He was another guy with the fanfic.
He is not.
If I recall correctly, he was trying to make a bargain with Seraphine, causing chaos between two of the dates. So I think he just likes to fuck around with people.
So he was just here for fun. That makes everything better.
He clearly has some responsibilities in that, because he was invited to the Flying Council, but when he was there, he was just like, I just want to fuck around and have fun.
Okay.
You don't know, he clearly has some kind of motive here. You don't know if it's just fuck around and have fun, but you can get from the idea that he was a bit calculating, then perhaps he's got something interesting going on. Plus,
that makes everything
he loves
better.
the fact you just randomly climbed into his bed and were so flustered.
Yeah, I will keep the awkwardness. It was mainly linked that I was like, am I making friends with one of the enemy of Eri? What's happening?
Oh, no. He was not linked to Eri. He was not linked to Ren.
My
He
bad.
wasn't even linked to Seraphina. Oh, Seraphine,
No,
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, going back into it, but like, yeah, no, I understand that you can tell me about your plans right now. We barely know each other anyway. No, I really think that it would be really helpful for me if you're accepting me as a sponsor.
And you'll be helpful for me as well. And it sounds like you're going to be an awful lot of fun. Interesting. I was considering taking on a sponsor when I came here, but one with a slightly different relationship than it sounds like we're going to have.
I mean, you can still have fun.
Yes, but despite everything that's happened, I think you and I were thinking of different types of fun.
I mean,
Which is fine.
like,
It's fine. I'm not judging.
just send me on your mission and find you someone else for the night. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people.
Absolutely.
Interested in
You're
your
absolutely not wrong. I am beating them off with a shitty stick, as they say. But... Okay. Do you agree to?
Yeah.
Come here, and he will lean forward. Come on. Come here.
Okay. I get closer.
Be closer. Come on.
They get closer. But they're giggling, laughing like I am right now.
There's something funny about this most important of moments, although he is giggling
Yeah,
himself.
yes. You have naked. We're like on all fours on your bed. I barely know you. It's really funny. And I'm really glad to be way more relaxed now.
Way more relaxed. Okay, that's fine. Although, bit closer. Come on. Nose to nose.
They're going to do that. I cannot be more closer.
He will reach up with one hand, and then run his hand through his own like luscious blonde curly locks, pulls out a few strands of hair, and he'll reach up to your hair and tie just a few strings of his and yours. Our own little bond. You will come when called. You won't have a choice. You will come when called. But I don't... who knows what necessities we need between each other.
Who knows? Just staying in that position, Leah is going to say, oh, thank you. I'm learning from Mary.
You have learned from the best. That was so smooth. Fair play. Fair play. That's character growth right there. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the moment, but that was character growth right there.
So what's happening now?
Oh, I guess we should probably get out of bed, if nothing. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
We can discuss a bit more. And he will lean forward and just he'll just like nose together, just like rub nose together for a second.
Let's not do that in the future. If it's all right.
Playful.
Are you sure? It did make you laugh. It was quite funny.
He's so playful.
You are also cool as a summer's breeze. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Ah, you can't even use as a bed cooler. Oh well. He will like take the like silk thing and like wrap it around himself in an instant, like a toga, like a deep red, but a toga, like nonetheless. And he will just snap his fingers, and the bud shall open, revealing the room, and it will stay open this time.
So much better.
You look so
Really
relieved
impressive.
getting out of my bed. I think I should almost start to be offended. Oh,
No, I just up air. That's all. It's not
yes.
about you.
Well, let us take a seat and toast to our newfound friendship.
Mhm.
Friendship, definitely. Sponsorship. I should ask, I suppose. We have wine. Glorious wine. We could have any other deep red liquids of different dietary requirements, judging by all of this.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he'll go.
You know.
Yeah. He will deep, you know.
I'll stick with wine right now.
Oh, well, that's quite the opposite I was expecting, but fine. He shall take out and pour 2 small glasses, like port glasses, on a decanter. I'm going to tell you directly you can have this. You can have this. You can also have any refreshments within this building. That is all that is in with my offer to offer you directly. The castle is not my domain. as a visiting lord, of course.
But this whole room is yours, and if I need to hide or breathe, I can come here. I guess not at any time. It's your room, and you would probably have some visitors.
Oh no, you are welcome anytime. But I will speak to whoever's in charge, and I will also commandeer one of the other rooms, one of the other 4 buildings here.
Okay.
If you need a place for your own. But
I would
truly,
love that.
you are welcome in here anytime.
I heard it the first time.
I just wanted to make sure you understood. You are very, very welcome in here. Anytime.
I understand.
Okay. But
Okay.
don't touch the flower at the top. I like
Why?
it. It's my own. It's my thing. I took it with me for my own bloody thing, and I don't want you breaking it.
Okay.
It's a very, very long way back. So, a toast then. Ding. To awkward conversations leading to pleasurable outcomes.
Hopefully.
Even not the pleasure I was expecting. When we were drinking. So, to business.
Already? Okay.
Always. And that's why I suspect the scene will probably end. Which is probably where we're going to bring to the end of our session, seeing as, judging by our own time right now, we can't carry on because there's things going on. Did everyone
Sorry,
enjoy
guys.
that?
Yeah, it's all good.
You two just did amazing.
That was